Hi, Kevin and team. Thank you for having me here. I know I'm sharing this video for you to either watch yourself or share it with the team. What I wanted to do here, maybe just give a little bit of context on what this video is about, and then I'd like to share a quick story, if that's okay. First of all, I want to thank you all for working at ASU. Kevin has been part of my um, how to say my group of people that really supported and helped me grow as a leader, as a person who grew up in Kosovo during the war, and then coming somehow to study in United States and joining ASU after my community college experience, and then becoming the commencement speaker and the outstanding graduate leader of the year at ASU. And after that, I also got a job in Washington, D.C. in one of the world's top social entrepreneurship organization, and really am living in a way a life that I always wanted to live, a life of contribution, a life of giving, supporting, love, compassion, kindness. So I feel like very grateful for my journey where I am today, and a big part of that is ASU. Is ASU as an institution, ASU as a vision, ASU as a community. So what has been happening is that I'm going to all these types of meetings all over the world. Actually, these days I'm doing some public speaking. I'm doing facilitation for U.S. government, for USAID, State Department, GSA. So I've been doing some government work, also helping in the UNDP, UN, and also some businesses and all this as a facilitator, as a speaker. So I've been doing a lot of these things all over the world. And one story that I share with people is how amazing ASU is. Uh, I really mean that because, and I also like to share my story on why I think it's amazing, and how my personal story is a testament of y'all's amazing work. And I don't mean to exaggerate or anything here, but this is how I truly feel. I feel that ASU is incredible, and I share with all these people all over the world, like, hey, this is ASU, this is the mission, this is the vision. And every time I leave that interaction, I feel like I give people this infusion of love and respect for ASU. Because yeah, I feel like I do that, and most people are very impressed and look at ASU as the leader that it is. So I am excited to really continue to do this, with or without your support. But this is, I feel like, where we can bring these two together. I know you all are doing a lot of admission work. I know you all are doing many exploration to see how to attract the right students, how to, inspire the current students, whatever that is. I know that there's a lot of effort and a lot of energy going towards that. I'm not sure if you all have an ambassador program of people who are ASU fans like me, and if there's any ways we can collaborate where I can go share my story with people and also share ASU stories with people. I'd love to find ways where I can share my story to inspire people and show how awesome ASU is. I think that would be something I would love to work with you. In that way, you all get an authentic, powerful, in my opinion, powerful story of what ASU can do. And I also get public speaking exposure, which is something that I love to do and is giving me so much joy and energy. So this is what this video is about, just sending you an invitation for this collaboration, as well as, let's see how long. Okay, so we've only 5 minutes in. So as long as I would like to give you a short story that I share with people, and maybe a short version of it, of my ASU story, if I may. Um, so, if you're still here, I hope this is gonna be worth it. So, pretty much, first thing you gotta know is I grew up in Kosovo. Kosovo is a tiny country in Southeast Europe. And most people that know Kosovo or know about Kosovo is because Kosovo went through war during 1999. And it was a pretty violent ethnic cleansing war. And we were Albanians, and actually, there's, 90% of Kosovo is Albanians. And there was a Serbian aggression inside to take over Kosovo. And I was born into a lot of poverty. Both of my parents were fired from their jobs because they were Albanians. My dad had to go to Turkey to send money to us. And that, it wasn't just my family, but all the Albanians were affected like this. Actually, when I was born, my mom could not even give birth to me at the hospital because they said, oh, we don't accept your kind. So when she was in labor, she had to travel 60 miles north to just give birth to me. So I was literally born into this injustice. And this escalated to turn into this complete war. And I was a refugee for some time. And then in 1999, the President Bill Clinton decided to intervene to support what's happening in Kosovo because Albanian people, there's ethnic cleansing, genocide, and US intervened not to let that happen. Now, when something like that happens to a country that United States comes to help, that's like, especially since it was true injustice and a very just intervention, I feel that like you become almost idols of United States. You get to see the soldiers, you get to watch the movies, and you really learn to really appreciate American culture. And for me, that meant that I wanted to study in United States. Actually, initially I wanted to go to the MBA. Yep, I had crazy dreams, but I wanted to go to MBA and study in United States and do college basketball and then go there. But for someone in Kosovo, it's very out of reach. It's very hard to just go to a university. Like, my English wasn't that good. I was never good with languages. So I would write essays and stuff, and like SATs, I wouldn't even do them. I was so bad. So I barely passed the TOEFL exam, English proficiency exam, which is very basic. Anyway, so I'm going through all this American in wanting to go to study in United States, American love affair. And then my dad and I want to figure out a way to study there. And we heard that, your universities give scholarships. And it was nice actually to look at all the universities and kind of dream. We're looking at Columbia, Harvard, and all these things. But when we were looking at the website, like, our culture is just so different that we're like, where do you even go to apply? Like, who do I talk to? What's the name of the director? That's how we would think. Here, that's how it works. You go, back in the day, you knew the people, you went, talk to them, they let you in. But this is a university there, and they have a website. And we're trying to figure out. I remember when we saw the word alumni, we thought they're selling aluminum to make money for the years. Don't even ask about that. So it was very hard to get in, to even reach people. I have some emails that I've sent that I feel so embarrassed to, like admissions in different universities, because I didn't have a clue what I was saying, but also not what I was asking, because I did not know the system. So what we decided that I need to come here in high school. And high school, second year of high school, senior year in high school, I joined an exchange program right in 2008 when Kosovo became independent. So it was like a very new thing. And then I got the visa to come to study in California, Apple Valley High School. And it was an exchange student program. It was a weird place where I went because you think of Apple Valley and it's gonna be, hey, like with apples and green, but no, it was a desert. It was actually in the high desert Apple Valley in this area, and a lot of crime there, a lot of things. So I did not expect initially. I'm like, wait, this is United States? I thought they're surfing and all this in California. So I was in a rough place in California, but still very eager to come and study somewhere nice, to a university or something. But what I realized that by the time I came as an exchange student, um, it was the second semester of high school, of senior year of high school, and most of my friends, when I went there, hey, where are you going to university? Most of them have already been accepted, and everybody applied last semester. So everybody was kind of concern free at that point because they all have applied. And I thought application is not due until like a month before. Did not really know that it's so far in advance, the application. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm too late now to study how to get in the university because I don't know. I need a scholarship. There's no way I can afford. And then someone from the community college came in, and they helped me to actually learn about the community college that was there. And I said, oh, actually, this is a great option. And I went to the community college and I took a test, and the test was to see where I was supposed to be placed. And I did not even know what was happening with the test. But, anyways, I took a test. They placed me to courses. I went to community college. It was much cheaper, and I knew that I can transfer after 2 years into a university. So I went, studied math, studied physics. I wanted to be an engineer like my dad. Then I was doing those at the community college. And when I reached my second year at the community college, I started applying to universities. By now, I'm knowing how to apply. I was thinking about taking the SATs, but for transfer students, they would not ask as much SATs. So I said, okay, let's apply. I'm in California. Let's look at the California universities. And one semester, I sent applications to most of the CSUs and UCLAs and UC and all the systems there. I applied to many universities, and I applied for engineering. And my essay, when I read it today, it's really funny. Actually, it's funny but also sad because I was such a bad writer. I did not know how to express myself in English as much back then. It was still a new language, so and I was just struggling to really write well in English. I could speak well, but to write well was much more difficult. So anyways, I applied to all those, and then the semester ends, and I received the letters in the mail, and I did not get to any of the colleges. And I just realized that I spent almost $1,000 in application fees and all these things, and that was, my mom would have to work 4 months for $1,000. So it was expensive, and I did not get to any of them. And at that point, I decided that, I need to look somewhere outside of California. And I'm sitting in front of my laptop, and then I feel thirsty, and I go to get some iced tea. And I get some iced tea, and I'm thinking, like, where do I go? And then when I pour the tea, I read the tea sign that says Arizona tea. I'm like, oh. I said, oh, okay, well, what is in Arizona? Let me do that. And I go, Arizona University, and then ASU came there, apply right now. Then I went, applied. I had the simple language. I sent it. The application was just incredible, so easy, so clean. Everything was an amazing experience online. And I apply, and I remember feeling like, I think this is my jam, like I looked at the major, I looked at the campus life, and I was actually so determined to go to ASU that was the place for me that I didn't even apply to any other colleges. I wanted ASU. Like, I was very clear on that. So ended up that I got into ASU, which was, I think, one of the most joyful moments of my life. Getting to ASU was a very, very big deal. And I joined ASU. And then at this point, I am so excited to study, to learn, and then we get to ASU campus, and the campus is huge. And I was in the new campus, which was the Poly campus, the Polytechnic campus, and then there they had. I went there to the engineering labs. They had so many incredible tools. The startup labs was just built like this lab with all the 3D printer, the CNC machines, anything you can dream of was there. All the big server rooms, everything as an engineer that you would want was there. And I realized that, when I was there, I was not as excited about engineering. Because, I started looking at my friends that really were into the engineering degree. But, and to me, it was just, didn't really resonate after some time anymore. I just wanted to do something else. So even though engineering did not really resonate with me, what resonated was the campus spirit at ASU. The campus spirit at ASU was transmitted to me by a friend of Kevin and I's, Aaron Krosno, and he is now the associate vice president for well-being at ASU, I believe. And he was back then the dean of students, and he had a session on campus to present the campus spirit about ASU, and talk about the campus life. And I went to that event. Actually, in the event, there were only two people, a person there and then Aaron, which was, a shame, I feel like, because that changed my life. It feels sometimes that it was just meant for me. Anyway, so I go there and Aaron is sharing about ASU, and he's talking about the charter, the ASU charter, and talking about the vision, entrepreneurship, talking about social impact, like talking about Changemaker Campus, like all these things. And I remember I'm like, wow, we need the world like this. Like, we need more universities like this. Like, I want to have something like this in Kosovo. Like, it just became clear in my head that this is what I should do. This is part of what my dream is. And so that goes there. And after that presentation, Aaron gives me a business card, and he says, "Hey, call me or share anything that you have or anything that you feel inspired." And I said, "Yes, I will reach out to you." And I got his card. I left, and I reached out to him, and I scheduled a call with him or meeting with him. And then I go there, and I tell him that I want to start a university just like this in Kosovo. And I thought it was pretty bold of me to do that. Like, I didn't tell anybody else because I was really worried. But with him, I just felt safe. And he was the first person that was like, "Oh, that's a beautiful idea," and really believed in me, And in that moment, something hit here. Something hit that, I'm getting emotional too, but like, I felt like, shoot, somebody's validating me for not wanting to be an engineer, also wanting to create change in the world. And that really opened up my heart. Like, it sparked my change maker journey into full action. After that, I said, okay, this is what I'm meant to do. Then I told my parents, and they were like, wait, what does that mean? You want to start a university? Why don't you get your engineering degree first, since you're almost 2 years and you will be done? And that kind of made sense for me to stay at ASU and not to change majors again. So I thought I can finish my engineering degree, but then on the side, do things to advance my dream. And it turned out that actually even my engineering degree was very much about social change. It was very much about student-centric type of thing, which is like, wow, I had professors like Mark Henderson or Aaron Chavez or all types of Gary Weissy, like all these professors, Jason, like that were just incredible, doing incredible things. And even as an engineer, I was like, wow, this is very useful to what I'm trying to do in my life. And then I started, with a step, I started a club, the Green Devils at Polytechnic campus, and where we were organizing regarding sustainability and how to bring more sustainability at ASU, like recycling. We were finalists at the Global Innovation Showcase that was at the Sustainability School. So many things started happening. We grew around 8 members, but then we were doing many events, the sustainability fair during Earthly. So a lot of events started happening with Green Devils. And then I also was working at Changemaker Central. And then there we had events like, and I was being paid to do this. Can you imagine? Like, I was being paid to organize, to do events. I was being paid to create ideas to help the campus life, to be change makers. Like, what kind of student job is there? Well, at the ASU, I found that. It's called Changemaker Central. So it's actually a beautiful space that is located in all the different university, because ASU has many different universities. So Changemaker Central is spread out throughout. And it was incredible. It was incredible working there. I had my club. And then we started doing many different initiatives, like the $2 challenge. The $2 challenge was this challenge where we lived on campus for $2 a day, less than $2 a day for 1 week, because half of the world lives like that. So we did that, and many students came. We were sleeping literally on cardboard boxes on campus for like a week. And it was a beautiful reminder and a moment of empathy and compassion for people who are homeless, people who poor people in developing countries, like everywhere, so built empathy, did these things, and that was a great thing, and it scaled very well at ASU. And then I started another organization with a startup village. We were working to, we had the residential community of all the entrepreneurs on campus. So all the student entrepreneurs, we lived at the startup village, and we had scholarships also to go there, which was the best. Most of my friends still, I stay in touch. Like, one of my best friends is still from those days. And he's an entrepreneur, has his own business working in Seattle. So he's awesome, Aditya Jagannathan. Anyway, so I really started loving it, thriving, doing things. And then I finished my bachelor's, and I went immediately for my master's in entrepreneurship, because this master's was designed for you to learn how to be a better entrepreneur, but not intellectually, but by practice. So you have to start something and then launch it by the end of the program and make a business. So it was like an incubator almost. You had to come up with an idea, you have to test it and all these things. And that was incredible in so many fronts. Incredible experience. Still, most of my curiosity was sparked there. So many incredible teachers. I still stay in touch. I just had a meeting with Senor Chavez, Aaron Chavez, if you remember. He's still at ASU. I just had a meeting with him about this investor that we might be connecting Kosovo and US, and he wants to invest. So still super connected with the professors and with the group there, even though it's been almost 2015 I finished my master's, so it's been 8 years, and I'm 7 years, 8 years, and I'm still going strong with my connections there, which is great, which talks about the value that you get at ASU. And then what happened was I was doing all these things and I realized that I'm doing very little for Kosovo, my country. Then I decided to bring some friends and we started an NGO. And the NGO was Youth for Youth. You know, I was still a student, but we had this Youth for Youth model. And, you know, we grew the NGO. We had 11 employees. We built apps to identify community problems so that you can organize volunteers to address them. We've done like the Model United Nations Academy. We brought that to Kosovo. We were doing all these youth action groups to address social issues. So we were doing research papers as young people. So we had a lot of things that we were doing in Kosovo. And actually, U.S. embassy supported us in funding and many other ways. So all these things led to actually becoming the outstanding graduate student leader at ASU. So I had to give the convocation speech, and that was great. You know, that was a privilege. Definitely, Ira A. Fulton was behind me, and he shared after me. But like to stay in stage with him, and yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. Um, and then I gave that speech and I got my dream job. I worked at Ashoka, which is the world's top social entrepreneurship organization, actually in very close partnership with ASU as well in so many regards, like the Changemaker campus idea or so many things. They are admirers of each other, I would say, ASU and Ashoka. So yeah, and you know, this was my journey. And when I reflect on this journey, how I ended up from being a kid in Kosovo who wants to study in the United States and doesn't thinks alumni is universities selling aluminum, to the outstanding graduate student leader and working in DC in one of the best impact organizations in the world. Uh, you know, this journey was really inspired in so many regards by my experience at ASU. I don't know if you see that by now, how much of a fan of ASU I am, and how much of an evangelist of ASU's mission, almost like a missionary, because I feel like ASU has changed my life and can change the life of so many other people. And I firmly believe that. That's where I am with that. So this is my story, my friends. This is my story. Of course, I apologize. I know this is almost 30-minute video. I can't believe it, but I am very grateful for your attention. I can, of course, this story right now, I ran the whole thing, but I can make it precise based on the audiences, whether it is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, I can adjust to anywhere, and I can also condense it and present it better. Right now, you just got it from the heart because I have not practiced as much, you know, like making it in a powerful speech, but that's what I do for a living. So I'd love to work more on it and really deliver something incredible. So if you're interested, I'd love to collaborate. I think we can find a way that we can help each other in this regard. I'm excited to, you know, potentially collaborate with ASU on this regard. I think it's a win-win situation. And I'm happy to explore if you have any ideas or ways that you think this could be possible. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we'll talk to you very soon.